What's up, YouTube? I'm Candace. Welcome to my channel where it's giving great content on life, career, and all things beauty, all while keeping it real. If you like this hair, keep on watching because I'll let y'all know how I achieved this look. Okay, y'all, so we are starting off with freshly washed and detangled hair. If you haven't washed and detangled your hair, pause the video, go do that, and I'll wait. Alright, so now that the class is together, let me show y'all what we need. You always need a leave-in conditioner. And a styling product. And sometimes I use a mousse. I'm using all Miel products in the pomegranate and honey line. I am not whatsoever sponsored by them. I just love their products and their products work for me. It's all about finding products that work for you and your hair's porosity, or you know, find what works for you. So you need a comb. Well, we're probably using this one to part our hair. Some clips. And if you are natural without a secure bonnet, sis, what are you doing? Okay, I'm going to start by sectioning off my hair. You're going to end up with 5 sections, so I'm just going to kind of speed through this part. But just so you know, you do not need straight parts. Just because when you make straight, clean parts for this, for your sectioning, it makes your hair harder to fluff up for volume because you can clearly see the defined lines. I always start in the back right here. And you'll end up with 3 braids in each section. Like I said, I don't use a comb to part my hair for this part either, because I don't want clean parts.
Trouble in your mind.
So y'all, I have a question, and y'all can let me know down in the comments. When did y'all start accepting your natural hair for what it was? I know for me, it took me a very long time to even know how to do my natural hair. But when I finally realized and learned how to do my natural hair, that's when I started to appreciate it more, because before that I was just like, what is this? I've always been natural. I've never had a relaxer or anything like that. So I don't really have like starting a natural hair journey. I have a healthy hair journey. It took me a very long time to accept my natural hair. I can remember as a little kid, like I used to beg my mom to get a relaxer. And it was mainly because, you know, she had one. And you will always see like the women on TV with straight hair. So I was just like, Mom, I want straight hair too. So when you get to the end, you're just gonna coil it around. Also growing up, I never wore my natural hair for like formal events. Just because I never looked at it as something classy. Just because that's how society made me think. I would never even thought to take pictures and like with a natural hairstyle. I was 24 years old before I was like, you know what? My natural hair is bomb, so I'm gonna do a photo shoot with it. And it turned out great. And actually for that look, I did like a braid out slash perm rod set. So that tutorial is coming for y'all too. But right now, this has been my go-to braid out routine because all the heat damage is out. I usually do like the perm rod slash braid out set for when my hair was transitioning from heat damage. And so that was really helpful because my ends were like straight. So I had to do something to make it look right and uniform. So I used perm rods. If y'all haven't seen my A Day in Atlanta vlog, go watch it. Well, after you get your hair slayed and laid. After you do this braid out tutorial with me. But yeah, definitely go watch my A Day in Atlanta vlog. This is the braid out that I did for that video. So yeah, go watch it. Thank you. You don't want to put too much product in your hair. So when you put too much product in your hair, that's when it causes like the product buildup. Don't be too generous with products, but put enough to make your hair moisturized. And sometimes you get to the end and there's not enough product, so what I just do is add a pump of mousse and just curl it at the end. Or coil it at the end rather. I used to just do 2 sections in the back, so I used to just have 4 sections. But that's when I learned it made it so hard to fluff my hair after I took my braids out. And I would have a space going down the middle and it was not cute whatsoever. So I started adding a little middle section in the back, and I've been loving it ever since. Going back to the whole accepting my natural hair story, like growing up, I always wore my hair in like little mini ponytails and it would be straightened every time it was like a dressy event coming up or holidays, and or just braids with the little beads at the end. That's how my mom used to get my hair styled. My junior year, senior year of high school is when I was like, you know what, let me try to wear my natural hair and let it grow and all this stuff. I mean, I always had like a decent length of hair, but it was just, you know, I was like, well, I want to try to do my natural hair, let my natural hair flourish. I wasn't on YouTube back then. I wasn't watching YouTube to know how to do my natural hair. I was just going with the flow. So I did like little buns and stuff, but that was about it. It wasn't until I got into college, until I was like really into like, okay, let me just wear curly hair. And you know, that was back in like 2015. That's just mainly about representation. More people was on TV with natural hair. More girls wearing natural hair at school, in college. And like my roommates were natural, so shout out to Fallon and Brittany. And we would sit around and talk about, oh girl, what products are you using and how'd you do this style? And you know, we just piggybacked off of each other. We're more into our natural hair, but I would still try to like, ooh, let me straighten my hair for Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, if you let your guard down, baby, this is what I'll do. I'll do. Love you, I will love you, I will love you like a queen. I will take you.
By the way, I do not use a spray bottle for my braid outs. Like, I don't keep wetting my hair just because I want to work off of damp hair. I don't want my braid out to take forever to dry, especially if I'm like doing it the night before an event or doing it the night before I'm planning on taking it out. Sometimes like I do my braid out when I know I'm about to go to work for the next 3 days, just because I'm not about to be manipulating my hair just to go to work. So if you work with me and you see me with a scrub cap on, this is what's going on up under it. Leave a comment, like, what do y'all call these? I know technically they're plaits, but like I call them jailhouse braids. What do you call? Do you call them like dookie braids? What do you call them? Bye Felicia braids? Let me know in the comments what you and your household call these braids growing up. I've been really into a bust down middle part lately, so that's how I'm going to style my braid out, is just doing a middle part. I'm just going to use my mirror over here to part my hair. When a section of your braid is starting to run out, like this section is almost no more hair left in it, do not share hair from another section. It makes your ends not curl, and it's just not a cute look, so just don't share. So I'm gonna try to braid to the end as much as possible, and then I'm just gonna end it wherever it wants to end at. This right here is the problem area of my hair. Like, I don't know if it's just a different curl pattern I don't know if it's still heat damage, but at this point, this one little part has looked like loose curls for years now. You see what I mean? This curl just doesn't give like the other curls. Like this, I don't know. But you know, I just let it do whatever it wants to do. Sometimes I add a perm rod on it. Sometimes I just leave it be. But it is what it is. We have made it to the last and final braid. And this is how the braid down should look like. I like to go ahead and like put a little bit of edge control, slick my edges back a little bit. So recently I've been using Galore Edge Wax. I was watching another Atlanta-based, you know, vlogger, and she hiked Stone Mountain, and I had to leave a comment like, girl, what edge control do you use? Because her edges were not out of place, not literally not one hair out of place. And she hiked Stone Mountain, so I was like, I need to use whatever edge wax or edge control you be using because I just need it in my life. And this is actually the edge control I used in my introduction video to my channel. So if you haven't watched that video, go watch that one after this one. But yeah, it's been treating my edges right, girl. I'm just gonna use a little bit to brush my edges back. Now, if you're doing this braid out the night before you plan on taking out, I recommend using a overhead dryer to ensure that your hair is dry when you take it out. This is one I got off of Amazon. It's called Elegante, however you say that. I had another one that I got from Sally Mae. That's how you know student loans are haunting me. Sally Beauty Supply Store. And I didn't like that one whatsoever because you would plug it up and it would literally just blow off my head. So after I let it dry a little bit under the dryer, you know, I just pop my good secured bonnet on. Again, got this one off of Amazon. It's big enough to hold like box sprays and stuff in. Big enough to hold like my natural hair in when I just have it out. But yeah, I'm gonna see y'all when it's time for me to take my braids out. It's a couple days later and I am ready to take my braids out. I mean, I had to work, run some errands, so at least I know it's completely dry. But anyway, my edges did not hold up for like the days that I had them laid down. But yeah, we're just gonna start taking these out. Again, I start in the back and work my way up. I don't separate my hair until I'm completely done taking my braids out. So try to keep each individual section until you are completely finished taking all your braids down. And another thing, don't rush the takedown process, because if you come across tangles and you're just like raking your fingers through your hair, you're just gonna end up with a puffy mess. I mean, which is fine if that's the look you're going for. But for a defined braid out, you need to keep the sections separated as much as possible until the very end, and then separate your hair to fluff it up. So you know how we coil the ends? So what you're gonna wanna do is unravel the coil just a little bit, so you're actually able to take out your braid without like losing the integrity of the curls. Front is done. You can either stop here, or if you want some more volume, you can go ahead and separate some of the sections, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But I'm about to show y'all what it looks like, you know, with no manipulation, just straight out the braids. I mean, sometimes I'll leave it like this, but you just need a little bit more a little bit more volume. So what I'm gonna do is I start like on the bottom underneath everything and just separate a section. And that way it gives you more volume, and like kind of leave the top alone to have definition at top. Like this was one piece of a braid, and now I'm just separating it. Literally what it sounds like.
Why are you going back and forth? I can't keep up with your mood swings. What is troubling your mind?
Like, look at the difference. This is fluff, this is unfluffed. I'll just, you know, pick at it a little bit. Like, you can go through and pick out every section if you wanted to, but I think I'm gonna stop right here and then just finish up the other side and a little in the back. And now this is when your pick comes in handy. We're gonna use this just to make sure there aren't any parts showing. So you just go in and just, basically you go in and lift.
I just wanna be your bride. Wanna be, I wanna give our love away. So you're not letting me, yeah, get through to you. Yeah, if you let your guard down, baby, this is what I'll do.
If you're watching this and you're gonna try doing this braid out, leave a comment down below to let me know how it turned out for you. Stay tuned for more content on life, career, and all things beauty, all while keeping it real. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.